Hello and welcome to this Screenscast session. So in this session we're going to take a look at how we can actually customize the way in which Revit presents certain elements, and in this particular one it's about the callout. When you're looking at producing a detail view, we use the callout feature inside of Revit, this one here. My name's Greg Benson Shettle for Greytec UK Limited, and this particular question came about from a training session that we had last week, where one of our delegates asked, can we have these corners being square rather than having a radius to them? And the answer, of course, is yes. It's all about setting up the radius to 0. When you've got a radius of 0, of course, it's square. So how do we do this? Well, it's all about a management feature, how we manage Revit to display in the way that we would prefer it to. So let's go off to the Manage tab. Here it is. And there's a big spanner here. This is the additional settings. Click on here and there's a long list of tools that we can dip into. And particularly we're going to be looking for callouts. Okay, this is a callout. So when we take a look at the type properties for the callout, we can see here that there is a radius option, and currently by default it's set to 3mm. So best practice here is always to duplicate before you change. We don't want to be destructive in our family editing, so we duplicate and we give it a new name. So we're going to call it callout with square corners. That name will do just fine. So now we can see the type is callout with square corners, and all we have to do is change this to 0. And that's it. So you can see here that currently we have round corners. Let's do OK. And so we're going to need to change this to a different type now. So after setting up a new style, of course we have to change it. So we'll select it. And of course one of the big clues inside of Revit, whenever you want to change the way that something looks, we go to the Properties palette, we go to Edit Type, and in here we have the opportunity to callout tag. So at the moment it is using the callout tag with 3mm radius. Click on here, there's a little browser button, and instead we can change it to that new one that we just created, callout with square corners. We do OK and OK, and hey presto, we've got square corners. So that answers the immediate question. But what else can we do about changing the way that this looks? Now, inside of Revit, the way that it presents all of our 3D and 2D details is controlled by something called Object Styles. So again, on the Manage tab, look over on the left-hand side and you'll find Object Styles. We click on Object Styles. For you AutoCAD users, this is probably the closest you're going to get to layers, really, because everything here is categorized by the type of element, and then we have various presentation. Where it says projection, that means basically the side views, in other words elevations and section views, what line weight is going to be used. And in a cut section, such as a section view or indeed a floor plan, what line weight is going to be used. In addition, the line color, the line pattern, all of these are solid. Now when it comes to looking at something like this, which is the callout, that's a 2D element that we're looking at, a 2D presentation. So it's actually an annotation object. So we need to go over to the Annotation tab, and as we look down here we'll find Callout Boundary. So what we can actually do is change the line weight, for example. At the moment it's set to the reference line weight of 1. That is the thinnest possible line weight it could be. So clicking in here, there's a drop down, and we could scroll down. Let's set it to 6. Okay. We do apply. Immediately you can see here that the line weight is now thicker. We could also change the color. How about we click on where it says black and we change it to perhaps green or orange or purple, or whichever color is going to be suitable for your company style of presentation. And then indeed the actual line pattern, look at the line pattern here. At the moment it's solid. For you AutoCAD users, that's what you would know as continuous. We click on here where it says solid, use the drop down, and perhaps we change it to a dashed type. And again, click on apply, and we can use the apply as a preview option, and we can immediately see over here that we've now got a green dashed line. So that's the call out boundary itself. If I move this box down, you'll also notice that there is a call out leader line. So we could make the change to this as well. So we could set that to have the same kind of properties. 6 and green and dashed. Just a few simple clicks. We do apply. We can see that it's happened. And OK. And there we are. We have now changed the presentation within this particular project as far as the call-out views go to have square corners, green lines and dashed. Now this is just in this project. Now if this is going to be the company style that you want for your particular practice, then of course what you really need to do is make these changes to your Revit template file, so that when you come up to your application menu and you go new and you choose project, and then hopefully you've set up a template file that will appear in this list, this style or whatever is your preferred style will then be maintained for all of your new projects. And that's it. So here, remember, you've got from the Manage tab, we've got object styles, and inside of here you can set up how every category of 3D and 2D objects will present themselves on your views. Well, I hope you find that useful. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout. My name again is Greg Benson Shettle at Greytec. So thanks and bye for now.